morning.
Welcome back to our channel. We're doing a Disney video today.
Ooh.
Least favorites.
Least favorite.
I know. It's kind of sad.
Should be fun.
It should be fun. But isn't it just a little bit sad to not be doing like a, woohoo, we love Disney, it's our favorite ever.
But there's got to be
there has to be least
something
favorites.
on your,
Yes. And honestly...
And it's not like these are ones that we don't like or whatever.
Some of the things we picked are literally only least because something had to be least.
Yeah.
Like, here are my 5 favorite things in the world, but one of them's mildly less favorite than the others.
Yeah.
But
so there's your equivocation for the whole... Equivocation?
Equivocation, yes.
For the whole video. We don't have to say it after every time.
Yes.
I like this one, but...
Yes. So just so you know, we like everything at Disney World. Or if one of us picked something that we really genuinely don't like,
then we'll
tell you that. Do you like that we actually are not wearing, like, baseball caps and sweatpants? It's only because it's Sunday and we're dressed for church. That's the only time we put in any effort whatsoever. Okay.
What are our categories?
Yeah, so our categories are one least favorite ride from each park, least favorite area from each park, least favorite overall resort, overall quick service, overall table service, and Disney form of transportation.
Yes. I forgot I was going to look at some maps to see the official lands, if there were any, but that's okay.
I did look at Hollywood Studios, which is the one we weren't sure about, and they are not called official areas, so call any area you want a part of the park. So, okay, so where should we start?
Where do you want? How about the most obvious one, the transportation?
Yeah, let's do that.
There's monorail, boat, bus, Skyliner,
and I guess like Lyft or Uber would technically count.
Yes,
because it's on property, but it's not Disney.
Yeah. Did I get them all?
I think so.
I mean, we both picked the same.
Should we count down?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Bus.
If you've watched any of our recent Disney vlogs, you know how we feel about the Disney buses.
Yeah.
We never used to hate them. Like, they just were not great.
Yeah.
But they've gotten to the point where it's like hatred the last few trips.
Yeah. I mean...
like, for me anyway, stomping around, crying about
it. They're fine at a deluxe one.
They're
or
okay.
DVC. Yeah. It's when you get to the moderate, moderate or value.
But to be fair,
a lot more people.
We had a tough experience at Boardwalk.
Yeah, we did.
This is all a little bit of COVID related too, but we had a tough experience there. So, yeah, the fact that they got rid of the Magical Express starting next January is not that huge of a bummer to us now because it'll force us to bring a car, and that's fine. We don't, depending where we stay or where we're going, we won't always have to use Disney transportation. So, I think that's an obvious one, but okay, let's do all the overalls.
All right.
So, how about resort?
Now we're doing everything, not just the ones we stayed at.
No, we're doing every resort. I mean, unless there was one we hadn't gone to. So neither of us picked Coronado Springs because that's the only resort we've never been to.
Or Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Or Animal Kingdom Lodge. We didn't pick that either. We haven't been to either one of those, so that wouldn't be fair. But this isn't just staying in. This is everything.
For me, it happens to be the one that I stayed at because I didn't have a great experience. Not that the resort is bad looking or whatever, but we just didn't have the best. It was probably our least favorite experience at a resort, and that was Pop Century. And I'm not necessarily against Pop Century, although I have one little tidbit, but...
we are staying there again in October, FYI.
Yeah, we are, so... It was just the company that was around us.
Yeah, we had a rough trip, which I will link that video in the description box if you want to watch it. The very teeny tiny gist of it is just we were surrounded by a little kid football team that was very, very noisy.
Yeah. And the only thing I would hold against the resort was when we were already past our check-in.
Yep.
So we went to the desk, which we normally don't do because we usually just get the room or whatever, but we were past the time for check-in, so we were like, okay, what's going on? And they said, well, we can move you over to a different area. And we said, well, that's fine. The only thing I wish they would have said was, by the way, you're in the middle of a whole group of kid football players.
Yes.
That was the only thing I wish they would have warned us about, where we could have said, okay, well, we'll wait for where you had us before. So
because they mentioned that where she had us was the 50s building, 4th floor.
Yeah.
We didn't know anything about where any of the buildings were. Now that I've stayed there again, 50s building, 4th floor would have been good. Ideal. Yeah. But we didn't know. We ended up in the 90s building.
And then we're surrounded by
kids.
A big group. So.
And there's more to it than just being kids. Go watch the video. There was more to it than that. But yeah.
Anyway, what's yours?
So mine probably would have been Pop Century, but I've stayed there again since with my sister and had a really positive experience for the most part. So you'll have a different opinion of it in October, maybe worse or better, depending. Mine is I just called it the All-Stars. We've stayed at both music and movies. Neither one is here nor there. Simply because they have the least. They're the value resorts. They're crowded. They don't have the Skyliner, which Pop Century does, which is what kicked them a little bit above.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're crowded. There are a lot of kids, so they're louder. Again, we're not anti-kids if we go to Disney World. You know what I sound like a grump, kids at Disney, but it just is a fact that it's louder. The more kids there are and stuff, and plus there's just a lot of traffic going past the rooms and stuff. It's mostly the noise factor. And then I wasn't overly impressed with food courts or shops at the All-Star resorts. So that's why
I didn't mind them at all. And I have fond memories because it was our first trip and our second trip. So I have fond memories of the All-Stars. So they're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think we just are in agreement that it's values.
Yeah.
For us, but okay. How about quick service? And this is anywhere on Disney property.
I chose, is it Sasagula? No, Floatworks? Is that what it is?
Sasagula Floatworks. I'm
at
pretty sure
French
that's what
Quarter.
it's called. Mm-hmm.
No, the place itself is fine. I mean, it's kind of a cafeteria area, but the food, it was only one spot where I've said afterward, like, that was not good at all. I'm a picky eater, so I like plain, simple things. Chicken nuggets are great, but I had the pizza there. We had the pizza,
and we don't complain about pizza.
No, I love pizza.
We liked pizza Rizzo.
I'm fine
for
with
clarification.
Jack's, pizza Rizzo. Jack's frozen pizza is but this pizza was not good.
It was awful
at all.
It was awful.
Bad. And I rarely say that about any kind of pizza. So that's the only negative dining experience I think I've had. Really negative. So I didn't want to finish my food.
And the location was fine, but it wasn't anything special.
Yeah, it didn't.
Cafeteria style, busy.
It wasn't special enough to overcome the.
No. Now, if you just walk just around the corner, you can get Mickey beignets.
Yeah, those are fantastic.
Those are amazing. I would totally agree with that. My least favorite quick service is the ABC Commissary at Hollywood Studios.
That was probably my second.
Yeah. So the food, well, they've added a second reason for me now, which is their new menu.
Yeah.
I don't find anything on their new menu appealing. I'm sure people do. I don't. So that's a secondary reason we haven't been there since then. But the time we went, the food was fine because, like we just said, we like chicken nuggets, burgers, basic, whatever. But we had an experience there that was, whoa. And I keep trying to remember if it was pre or post COVID, but I'm pretty sure it was pre, because I think it's the day you rode Rise of the Resistance the first time.
Yeah, and there was, I don't think, everybody was standing in a group. We mobile ordered.
But there
was a group of mobile order people just standing in a clump. No organization. Everybody's waiting, and it was
so full inside that you couldn't go in to sit down. Like, you couldn't
they
even
wouldn't even
look.
let you go in to try to get a seat.
Because I was kind of glancing over the people, and you could see a table here or there, but they weren't even letting people in. He was caught up in a mob at the front to pick up the mobile order food, so I escaped out the back, and I had to walk the whole street to find a place to sit. Now, it was a busy day at Hollywood Studios, but it was a cluster at ABC Commissary. They could have handled it better.
Well.
Yeah. So that was part of it. And then just the fact that since they are just basic food, or they were then, there are better options, even for basic food. You go over to Backlot Express or something. So, yeah, that was my least favorite. What about table service on property?
I haven't had like a bad, or the only, well, here we go. The least one is Wolfgang Puck. Because my food there, it was, okay.
Yeah. You weren't super
wouldn't bring me
impressed
back.
with the food.
It wasn't good enough to bring me back.
Yeah.
So.
We liked the atmosphere of the restaurant. There were good things about
Yeah.
it. I enjoyed my meal.
But the food was so-so
and
for
it
me.
wasn't a special enough restaurant that you'd go back even for the so-so
No, not
food.
for like the, because we had a kind of a downer thing at the Edison where we were sitting under a dripping air conditioning unit. But the restaurant there is so cool.
Yeah.
And the food
And
was
we
good.
had such a positive previous experience, and the food was still delicious
Yeah.
this time. We would
But
still go
Wolfgang Puck is like anywhere you can visit
back. You can
at
find
home.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's what I
Which
thought anyway.
segues into my pick nicely.
Oh, yeah.
Any way you can at home. So mine is a restaurant that he has not been to at Disney. I think we went to one in Denver. The ESPN Club. So I went there when I went with my sister. We went there because she was familiar with it, and it's less expensive than some of the Disney restaurants. It just is. And it's very good. I had a good experience. We liked the food. You know, it's like sports bar kind of food. It's great. But I wouldn't go there again now that I know what the Disney restaurants have to offer, because I can go there anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, it's just
Not
sports
technically,
bar.
because we don't have an ESPN club in Minnesota that I know of, or in the Twin Cities, but we have similar restaurants. So I wouldn't pick it again for that reason. That's it. Which says a lot about how good our table service experiences have been, and
Yeah.
quick service at Disney, that we struggled. Okay, now we are park specific. So let's go park by park and do ride and area.
Okay.
So we'll start with Animal Kingdom. It's not necessarily our least favorite park, but it's our least visited
Yep.
at the moment. The other ones have taken precedence. So, ride.
Well, I have to go the Navi River journey.
People are screaming.
Yeah, only because I've never ridden Triceratops Spin,
Yeah,
which probably would have been.
That probably would have won.
And Primeval Whirl is no longer,
Yeah,
so
and that probably would have won too.
I've never ridden,
Worden.
what's the water one? Cali River Rapids.
Yeah,
So I
but
can't comment
that
on
actually
that.
looks like it would be fun though.
Yeah. So that one kind of was by default. It's short.
Very short.
I am not a fan of the Pandora movies, so that doesn't
Avatar.
add. Avatar movies, Pandora. Yeah. Same thing. Yeah.
See that we're not. And
Yeah, I'm
there's
not a fan of
there's
the
only
Avatar
one.
movies.
There's only one movie.
Avatar, the movie. They're coming up with 4 more.
See how much we're not fans.
So.
Oh, funny.
So that doesn't add anything to me. It's a pretty ride.
Mm-hmm.
If
It's
it was
gorgeous,
a little longer,
but-
it would be better. But
Yeah, the animatronic at the end is the best animatronic
Yeah,
on
that's
Disney
cool.
property, but
I like Dinosaur better than that. So
which is my least favorite ride is Dinosaur. And all those same equivocations we said we weren't going to keep giving you. I like Dinosaur, but it's definitely my least favorite because it's hard on me. It is hard on my body. It's hard on my back.
jostles you.
And I'm not small. Surprise, shock. So I fit in the ride, but it's one of those where I get like a belt buckle
Digs into
bruise in the back of my hip because you're getting tossed around so much. And I don't know if this is controversial or not, but I hate the pre-show. I hate it. I don't think it's funny. I think it's boring. I hate it. I know people are going to just hate me for that. I'm not a huge pre-show person anyway,
Yeah.
but I really do not enjoy the dinosaur pre-show. So, yeah. I mean, that's why.
Okay.
How about land? I think
I chose the Rafiki's Planet Watch.
That's right.
If you can count that as land or whatever.
Yeah,
that's-
that counts. You got to take a train to get there.
Yeah. Wasn't too exciting for me. It's probably more kids stuff.
I enjoyed Rafiki's Planet Watch when I went the first time with my sister because I'd never been there before. And it was kind of cool to see everything. It was kind of museum-y like and all of that. But I haven't really felt the need to go back. We probably should at least once since it's been redone.
Yep.
And see what we think. But mine is Dinoland, and it is because it is hotter than the surface of the sun. You're gonna see a theme in my land choices. Also, you kind of go back, you're in this Disney park and it's beautiful and it's so themed, and then you walk into Dinoland and it's like a parking lot carnival, and you're like, what?
Which is,
are we
it's
still
themed well for what it is?
It is, but don't you think it's so?
It's a weird theme.
My thought when I walked in was sort of like, well, this is weird. This is like what the mall parking lot looks like on the 4th of July at home.
I don't mind like a Dinoland in theory, but you could have made it more.
I think it could have been
Parkish.
more Jurassic Parkish.
Kinda.
That would have felt more Disney.
Yeah.
Like natural
Universal.
habitats for dinosaurs. Yeah, I know.
something.
We don't mean actual Jurassic Park because we get
But
it.
like,
but
like if you were going to make a
yeah,
Jurassic Park.
yeah.
Anyway.
I think that would have been better. Okay, which park next? You pick the next park.
Epcot.
Epcot. Okay. Ride in Epcot.
Mission Space.
Me too. I hate
I've ridden both
it. I hate it.
the green and the orange.
That's right, you have. I've only ridden green.
The green was fine. I was expecting more out of that one, and then I rode the orange, and that's the only ride at Disney where I've been close to like almost a little uncomfortable. But it didn't make me. I don't get sick usually on rides or anything, so. But the beginning takeoff thing, I mean, you kind of feel it against your body, and I'm like, when's it gonna stop? So it is a little intense, but it's not like a roller coaster are like good intense kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fine. It's not like a fun thrill ride for me.
And I think it probably would have made me a little bit dizzy. I don't have a ton of trouble with that, but some. And the green one was just, I was very claustrophobic. And it just wasn't fun. It wasn't fun enough to outlast the claustrophobia.
Yeah. It's just so-so.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're in agreement on that. I think we're also in agreement on our area.
We are. We chose Italy.
Italy, yep.
Because we love Via Napoli.
Absolutely love it. It's probably one of the best restaurants on property.
It's not like we don't like it. We've
Nope.
gone there twice and had that. That's great.
Love it.
Fantastic. But other than that, we don't drink wine.
No.
We don't. And the shops there are like
really fancy, like crystal or perfume or stuff, which, and that's fine at home, but I'm not going to buy that kind of stuff when I'm traveling, so it's not that much fun for me to look at.
Other than the pizza at Via Napoli, it doesn't have much to interest us. And it's pretty small.
It's very small. And I guess like the decor and stuff just maybe isn't our favorite. Yeah, I'm sure if you love Italy, like actual Italy or Italian, art and design and stuff, then I'm sure you love it. Yeah. So it's, everybody has their own tastes. I'm sure some of the pavilions we love, people would be like, what? Yeah. But yeah, for us, it's not. Now, maybe they'll have something excellent at this new little quick service stand this trip, and then maybe we'll decide it's not our least favorite anymore. But
I mean, no.
Yeah. Okay, so then we will do Hollywood Studios. Least favorite ride?
The Swirling Saucers.
I like the Swirling Saucers, but they are plain basic theme park ride.
Yep, and not at all very kiddie. Like you don't even get teacup spinning.
Yeah, you don't even get teacup spin in that one.
So
yeah, it's total novelty. It's the novelty of having an alien drive around.
Yeah, it's cute theming and stuff, but
mine is Star Tours. Partly for the same reason as Dinosaur, because I get very motiony and just whatever. It's just not my thing being roughed around like that. But also because I've only ridden it once, and again, not small, and I didn't actually fit in the seats. So the cast members walk along the one side, but I was way far in the far side of the vehicle, and they don't walk along that side. I couldn't even sit down all the way in the seat.
You were buckled oriented.
My seatbelt was on, but I was tilted with my butt cheek up on top of it. It was awful and uncomfortable. I probably should have said something, but who wants to be the fat girl that has to announce that she's too fat to sit in the seat? So it didn't. I don't think there was any safety issues. It's not like it's a roller coaster or anything, and I was buckled, but it was miserable. So I'll try it again when I've lost some weight. I've already lost some weight, so I'll try it again on an upcoming trip, but I don't know. It just was not my thing. Plus, there's 2 really cool Star Wars rides at Hollywood Studios now, so maybe don't need the least cool one. Anyway, land.
I chose the, if this is the land, whatever, the Disney Junior, what else is back there?
Launch Bay.
Launch Bay kind of area back there.
I guess we shouldn't call it a land. Hollywood Studios doesn't actually have lands like
so,
Magic Kingdom does, but yeah. Area. I think
for
that's fair.
obvious reasons, Disney Junior doesn't do anything for
and
me.
That's all it is Disney Junior and
as
shops.
much as I like Star Wars, there's a whole land now.
Yeah.
So I do like going in the Launch Bay and looking at the stuff, but there's
Galaxy's Edge. Yeah.
Galaxy's Edge now.
It gets edged just a little bit for me by the fact that the Launch Bay is really cold.
She loves sitting in there, yeah.
And it has benches, and you know me and my benches. So, that. But I can understand all of the rest of it. My least favorite area was Toy Story Land.
Ooh,
and I told you before there was going to be a theme. It has nothing to do with the attractions. The theming is amazing. It's a great land, but it is hotter than the flippin' sun. You will bake. I would never go to Toy Story Land just to hang.
Yeah.
On your average Disney
we go there
day.
to ride and then go right through because there's not a lot of places to sit.
Nope.
Hardly any.
If you were able to
there's
get
no shade.
If you were able to get a table for Woody's lunchbox with an umbrella, it might be okay.
Yeah.
But those are really hard to come by.
Other than that, there's no shade.
No.
Hardly.
No.
Like whatsoever.
So I always forget, but I would like to spend more time there at night.
Yeah.
After dark, so you can just kind of take it in and enjoy it.
Even Slinky Dog, you're standing out, and they have a couple umbrellas, but mostly you're standing out in the sun.
It's not good. So yeah, sole reason being the uncomfortable heat of Toy Story Land. Last park, Magic Kingdom. Least favorite ride.
I chose the Magic Carpets.
I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. And plus, he probably would have chosen Dumbo, which is the same ride, but he knows that I would have punched him in the face. Because Dumbo is one of my favorites. But no, that's understandable. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Yeah. It's basic. It's a basic kiddie ride. Mine is Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. And I know people are screaming right now because people love this ride. So
that it probably has, because it was hyped too.
Yes.
Where no one expects anything
and
of the carpet.
This one could redeem itself someday. It's possible. So everyone's talking about being the galactic whatever hero and everyone's showing their scores. Even the people who aren't that good. Oh, I did terrible, 100 and something thousand. We ride it and we get like 1,500 no matter what we do. We cannot figure out how to hit the targets no matter what we do. I don't know if we're just dumb or what. But then what happened was I went with my sister and she loves it. Her and her family love it. And she got me to try it again. And I'm telling her, oh, I hate it because I'm no good. I'm awful. I did better than she did. Completely accidentally. I have no idea what I did. See, I think I don't like it because I feel like I don't have any control. I feel like it's just random, even though I'm sure it's not. Where Toy Story Mania, I know exactly what I need to do.
Yeah.
That feels like a skill.
Like, I don't even, they say, well, it buzzes when you, whatever. I don't feel any buzz
don't either.
or anything or on the controller.
I mean, you know, comment below if we're just missing the most obvious thing. Just comment and tell us so when we go in October, we can consider it maybe. It's a ride I will continue to try from time to time.
Tell me where the cheat thing is that I need to shoot to get the big one.
Yes. Least favorite land in Magic Kingdom.
Now, they do have lands here.
They do have lands, yes.
So I had to choose Fantasyland.
Most kiddie rides, probably.
Yeah, and I love the other lands a lot more, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Mine is Adventureland. Once again, Surface of the Sun. Just
Florida.
Just picture it. Just picture walking from Pirates out to the past Adventureland, and you're looking everywhere for some place to sit down with a shade or something, and you can't. This was hard for me though, because
very busy over there too. Usually,
it's very busy.
Or like maybe it's a bottleneck kind of.
It is. It's hard for me because I love Pirates. I like the Jungle Cruise too, but in particular, I love Pirates.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite treats in Magic Kingdom is the citrus swirl at Sunshine Tree Terrace, which is also in Adventureland. Plus, you like the spring rolls. I love the spring rolls, and those are right outside of Adventureland. But it's too hot. I don't like spending any time there. I want to get there, ride the rides, get the treat, get out.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I feel. So, yeah. So anyway,
there you have it.
Those are our least favorite things about Disney. And if I could take a trip where all I could do were those least favorite things, I would still go. That would still be our trip.
Yeah.
Because we love it. Because it's our favorite place in the whole world. So anyway, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave us some comments. Let us know what some of your least favorite things are, or if we are just completely wrong,
yeah,
and something we picked is one of your favorites, tell us on why it's your favorite.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll give it another try. But anyway, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.